want you to picture yourself into the future here just a little bit. Where do you see yourself with your weight and with your health? Where I saw myself not too awful long ago when I looked into the future was I didn't know if I'd be here. And it's a very scary place to be. I was freshly diagnosed with cancer a couple years ago. And yeah, I just went through a lot of thoughts ran through my mind. 55 years old, and I thought I was gonna die pretty young. Life is very short to begin with, but yeah, 55, 56, that's way too young. So it kind of gave me a wake-up call to do something about my health. At one point I was 320 pounds, and now I'm down to 244. So yeah, I just wanted to get on here, give you some encouragement, let you know it is possible, no matter how old we get. So if you're over 40 years old, need to lose some weight, some of these things might resonate with you. Been overweight most of my life. When I was younger, never really actually cared much about it. I was pretty active, worked out all the time, that type of thing in school and all that. So then you get older and things change. You start thinking about things differently. That's why a buddy of mine asked me the other day, he said, I see these videos you're making, and he said, why are you, sorry, just making sure I'm not gonna run into anything here. I'm in my fishing kayak out on the lake, getting ready to hopefully catch some fish. And but I feel a lot of inspiration when I'm out here. It's just beautiful. Yeah, it's just beautiful out here. Anyway, my buddy says, why are you talking to people and you're always saying over 40? And I said, because I don't feel like I can relate to people that are younger, because I don't think younger people, and I know there's a lot of younger people that need to lose weight. That's not the point. The point is, I don't think that I can really relate to a lot of people that are younger where they can relate to me. We just think differently when we're younger. And, you know, a lot of us you get older, you have families, you have, you know, a husband and or a wife and kids. And I just became a grandpa about a little over 3 months ago. So absolutely amazing. My little granddaughter, Bexley, I can't even say her name or look at her without just smiling. But anyway, when I looked into my future, yeah, the future is always unknown, but man, when you're faced with something like cancer, it's really unknown. I'm doing okay right now with the cancer. Actually, there's no evidence of it after going through 3 surgeries and some treatment, immunotherapy treatment. So it just kind of gave me a wake-up call to, you know, I want to control what I can control with my health. And not only do I want to get healthier, control what I can control, I want to be able to do the things that I enjoy doing, and like getting in this kayak and going fishing. You know, getting in and out of this kayak a few short months ago, when I was about 35 pounds heavier, it was a chore. I mean, you know, it just was. 35 pounds makes a huge difference, and I still have a lot more that I want to lose. I know it's just going to continue to get better. But man, my knees would ache. You know, you just really had to think about, you know, the placement of everything, because you can't bend over too far to reach certain things on this kayak and all this kind of stuff. So, you know, you have to plan out so much stuff when you're carrying a bunch of extra weight. So just from a functionality standpoint, forget the health. And I just feel so much better now, so much happier that I'm out here. And you know, like kayaking, I look at my granddaughter and I'm like, man, it's gonna be so awesome when she gets old enough that we can take her out kayaking too. So when I look into the future, that's the kind of things that I look at. You know, when you lose weight, they talk about you need to find your why, you know, your purpose. Why are you doing it? And it's not for me just to buy smaller clothes, which I have been. I've went to like a 3X and I'm down to an X now, which is awesome in shirts. Pant size, I was at 44 at one point. I'm down to 38. So all that stuff is going to happen naturally, but that's not what's guiding me. What's guiding me is my family. I've been married to my wife for 34 years, coming up on 35 actually in about a week as this video is being recorded. Man, I gotta get her a gift. Anyway, yeah, I mean, my why is my family. Family has always been the most important thing to me. And as the family grows with my granddaughter, Bexley, I just want to be around as long as possible for her. And not only be around as long as possible, I want to be active and doing things with her. I got to spend almost a full day with her last week while my daughter had some training at work. She's a nurse and she works night shifts, so a lot of times they don't need too much help, with her, but she had to train all day, so I got to spend some time with her, which is really awesome. I mean, it was a blast. And it just took me right back to, raising our kids, 2 daughters. They're 31 and 28 now, so it's been a while. It's like riding a bike, though. Literally changing diapers, changing outfits, playing with her, getting on the floor with her, I mean, she can't crawl around. She can't even roll over. Well, she can roll over from her, let's see, she can go from her stomach to her back, but not her back to her stomach yet. She's getting super close. So it's not like, I was chasing her around, but I know I can now, and it's awesome. And not only can I now, I won't hurt, be sore because of it. So just I'm looking around here to make sure I don't run into anything in my fishing kayak, because there's a big stump over here. There's a rock sticking up over there. So anyway, yeah, just awesome. And so when I think into the future, those are the things, that's my why. That's what keeps me going. Losing weight to fit into, whatever, smaller clothes and all that, that's going to happen naturally. But I think we need to have something that's more meaningful. For me, it's, life is about, adventures, memories, making memories. It's about what you do and who you do it with. So your loved ones, your friends, that's the most important things in life to me. And if that is to you too, I think you have a great why. And we just need to rely on that when things get tough, because things will get tough. I was really on a roll there. I lost about 35.4 pounds in, 15 weeks. Last week I lost, the week before last I lost 0.2, and last week I stayed even. So things aren't always rosy, and things aren't always, going to keep, you're not going to keep losing at the same pace. But the point is, I just need to refocus again and do the things that I was doing to get me to lose that initial 35 pounds. So, we all have struggles, and that's life. But when you have a strong why, and you know why you're doing things, and you have a purpose to it, it just, you have that to draw on. So when you look into your future, what do you see? Leave a comment. Tell me, what's important to you? What's your why? And kind of getting back to that story, my buddy was asking me about, I'm always talking to, people that are 40 and older. I don't need, and I don't think you need somebody that's 22 years old telling you to eat more fruits and vegetables. We all know we need to eat more fruits and vegetables, right? They got their shirt off if they're a guy. They've got the 6-pack, and they're telling us middle-aged people what we should do with no life experience. And that's fine. I know there's people that are younger that need to lose weight and they have health issues. I just don't think that, they relate to what I'm talking about, and I don't think that I can relate to them. There are a lot of these people, and for the ladies out there, you always see the ladies and they've got on the tight, man, I'm going to show my age here. I almost said leotards. What do they call them now? Like spandex, Lululemon, whatever it is. They're always in that. They're always, bouncing around and, smiling the whole time. And it's discouraging for a lot of people, especially middle-aged people. It's different for us, I believe. So anyway, nothing against all that. We're just in different phases of our journeys, of our lives. And, we might get there where we're bouncing around a little bit more, but we just need to take it slow, take it slow, one step at a time, build on your successes, and just keep going. And I will get to where I'm going, and I know that you will get to where you're going. I've been successful, and I've failed so many times in the past, but right now I feel like I'm on a roll and I got it going, and I'm really focusing in on the why, on the purpose. So I'd encourage you to find your why, find your purpose. Where are you going to be 1 year, 5 years? Don't worry about, I need to lose X amount of pounds by a certain time. Keep working to get to where you want to be in the future, so that we can do the things that we want to do in life, and we can do them without pain, and without always thinking about our health. And that's the important stuff to me. So I hope it's important to you. And if you get anything out of this video, I just want you to realize that no matter how old we are, we can lose weight. We can do it. We can get healthier. And it's all of the non-scale victories, so to speak, that make it worthwhile. So I just encourage you to find your why. And again, let me know in the comments what is your why? Why are you wanting to lose weight? Let's do this together. It's a journey. I'm barely started in mine. So we can figure a lot of things out as we go, but if we have a great base to fall back on, we're all going to be successful. So I hope that you like this. I hope that you comment on it. Let me know. Let's get a conversation going. Let's subscribe to this channel, if you would, and you can get notified whenever I put new stuff out. So thank you. Take care of yourself, and I'll talk to you soon.